Hi, William. Thanks for your patience. So I think what's best is for me, even though you have some of these right, is just to redo these for you. So I'm just going to do and solve all of them for you. I'm going to do the best I can doing on the computer. So again, it's in standard form. So vertex x, oh, has to be in pen mode. Give me 1 second. So the x is going to be negative b over 2a. And then, so that's negative 4 over 4, which is negative 1. And you take that and you substitute it back into that function. So it's going to be 2 times negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 minus 1. So this is 2 times 1 plus negative 4 minus 1. 2 minus 4 minus 1, which is negative 3. So your vertex negative 1, negative 3. And then your y-intercept is c in standard form. So when you're graphing this, you're going to plot negative 1, negative 3, and then your y-intercept, which is 1, negative 1, and then you go over to the other side, negative 1. It doesn't include it, so it's a dotted line, and then you have to test if you're going to shade inside or outside. I would substitute 0, 0 in there, and if you do that, you'll get 0 is less than negative, oops. Oh. You get 0 is less than negative 1, which is false. So you have to shade on the outside of this. Okay, so for this one, it's negative x is going to be negative b, so 4 over 2a, which is 1. The y is going to be, substitute back in there, 2 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 6. So you're going to have 2 minus 4 plus 6, which is 4. So your vertex is 1, 4, and your y-intercept is 6. So you're going to graph 1, and of course you have the graph paper on the to choose from. You have 1, 4. Your y-intercept is 6. So you go on the other side, and it's going to be 6 up here. And again, it's just less than, it doesn't include it, so you shade, you do dotted line. Now the shading, I would substitute 0, 0 again. 0 is less than 6. So therefore it's true here. So we're going to shade outside. So if it's true where you're testing. The next two, it's in standard form. So x equals negative b, 12 over 2a, negative 4, which is negative 3. And then y is going to be, substitute that back in there. So negative 2 times 9, negative 3 squared, minus 12 times negative 3 minus 17. So negative 18 plus 36 minus 17. So this is negative 35 plus 36, which is 1. So your vertex is negative 3, 1, and your y-intercept is pretty far, negative 17. So we're going to have negative 1, 2, 3, 1 as your vertex. Negative 17, which is somewhere down here. We'll say negative 17 is here. So on the other side, you're going to have negative 17 as well, which makes sense because a is negative, so it should go down. It includes it's an equal sign, so it's going to be a solid line. And test 0, 0. So 0 is greater than or equal to negative 17, and that's true. So again, we shade on the outside. Here, it's in vertex form. So my vertex is going to be in the form of h comma k. So my h is the opposite. So we're going to have 3 comma 3. The y-intercept is, you substitute 0 in for x, so y-intercept. Substitute 0 in, you'll get negative 3 squared plus 3. So you're going to have negative 9 plus 3, which is negative 6. So when you're graphing this, and again, this is on my computer, so it's really not that neat. You're going to have 3, 3, and the y-intercept is negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then you're going to go on the other side as well. And again, it is going to go down because it's a negative. And it doesn't include it, so you have a dotted line. Oop. And then you're going to test 0, 0. So substitute 0 in there. 0 is greater than or equal to, so it'd be negative, and then negative 3 squared is 9 plus 3. So is 0 greater than negative 6? Yes, it is. So that's on the outside. You're going to shade on the outside there. and 2 more. This is vertex form, so your vertex is going to equal 2, -2. The y-intercept, you can pick any point. It doesn't have to be y-intercept. Put any point in there. You could put a 3 in there if you want. So if you put a 3 in there, so if you could do an XYT table, we did this in 4.2. Put a 3 in there, you're going to get 1 squared. 1 minus 2 is -1. So you could plot 2, -2 as your vertex, and 3, -1. And just double checking here. So put 3 in here, you get 1 squared, -1. Oh, this should be -3, -1. So this is going to be 3, -3. And so when you go over here, it'll be -3. And then solid line going down. Substitute 0, 0 in to see how that works out. Is 0 less than or equal to -4 minus 2? So is 0 less than or equal to -6? Nope. It's false. So you have to shade inside away from 0, 0. And again, this is vertex form. So the vertex is -1, -1. You're going to have an XYT table. You could choose any value. Doesn't matter except -1. Choose 0. So if you put 0 in there, you're going to get 1 squared times -2. So -2 minus 1 is -3. So we're going to plot that. -1, -1. And then 0, -3. And then on this side. So again, it's a dotted line going down. Test if it's outside or inside. Put 0, 0 in. See how that works. So -2 times 1 is -2. Oh, we have that here. 0, -3. So if you put 0 in here, we want to know. So we know if we put 0 in, we're going to get -3. Is 0 less than -3? And the answer is no. So we don't want to shade 0, 0. We shade inside here. Sorry if my voice sounds a little tired. I've been helping since 9 a.m. Any more questions, definitely feel free to message me. And I think what I'll do is there were a couple of questions on this, so I think maybe we'll just do another assignment on this tomorrow so you can reinforce it instead of going on. Have a good day.